Hello, friends. My name is Tammy Huang. I am a lead accountant for Construction Cost Accounting. We service construction company in all Orange County and LA County, California. Today, I'm going to show you how to do progress invoicing for a job. Basically, if you want to build your contract in phrases, that's when you use progress invoice, and there are three options to do progress invoice. It's all creating invoice, but either create the invoice from the entire estimate or from the percentage of that estimate or by item list with the percentage of each item. And this is the recommended way so that we can bring a better report when we do job cost. Let's go into QuickBooks. The first thing you need to make sure is your progress invoice are turned on. To do that, you go to Edit, Preference. Under Job and Estimate, you go to Company Preference. You see this right here. Do you create estimate? Make sure you click Yes in here. And do you progress invoice? It's a Yes in here. Okay. Now let's go to our Customer Center. This is just our sample here. So there's Mr. Toby Wank. Say, I have an estimate already created for this customer. He needs to do bathroom remodels, and the total estimate is $22,000 for this job, for example. The job estimate has the cost, the markup amount. So this is the totals of this job estimate. So now I'm going to need to bill him for the first 20%. You go to New Transactions, create invoice. You can either click out anywhere here. This available estimate, QuickBooks gonna pull out this estimate that already created for him. Click OK. Here we have three options. Again, to create the entire estimate, 100%, $22,000, or percentage of the entire estimate or the item here. In this case, we're gonna bill him 20% for the entire estimate. Now we have the item from the estimate, the descriptions. This is the estimate amount, quantity, the rate of the entire estimate, and the total that we built for and the amount for it. There are certain columns that we don't want the client to see. We can format it in here, format and customize data layout. Screen is what you see on your screen in QuickBooks. Print is what the client would see when we send them the invoice. You can go to columns here. Let's say we don't want them to see the quantity. It's already unclicked here, so that's good. Or we don't want to show them the rate. It won't show here. Okay, that's fine. We don't even need to see that. We want to see the total amount. Let's click OK, and let's see how it looks like. Go back to Main. Print, Preview. So now this is what the customer is going to see. Mr. Wang and associate going to see this. The project is for his bathroom remodel. This is for the item that we built for, the description. The estimate amount, the prior amount or prior percentage of what we have built in the past. This is the first time we built for this project, so it shows empty, 0. There's a current percentage that we built for it, and it's 20%. This is the total amount for that 20%, and here's the total invoice. It looked pretty good. So I'm going to save and close. So we have our first estimate, and we have the invoice number for this. Okay, let's go ahead and create another invoice for this. Invoice. The same job. Okay. Now we want to create the invoice for selected items. In this screen, you're going to have an option to either show quantity and rate or show percentage. Either one or both. So let's say we're going to use show percentage. Here are the items. Here are the estimate amount. We already billed this much in the dollars amount, and this is a percentage for it. Now, you can either bill by dollar amount or the current percentage for each of the items. So let's say I only want to bill 50% in here, 50% in here, 25% in here, 25% in here. Okay. Some other items, we keep that 0 for now. QuickBooks gonna pop up the 0 amount item. Notice we have the 0 amount items that we don't bill for them. So QuickBooks gonna show us to choose on preference, to click on job and estimate, and make sure the print item that have a 0 amount preference is checked. This is where it's gonna edit, preference, job and estimate. Remember right here, don't print items that have a 0 amount, or in this case, we do want to have QuickBooks print the item that have a 0 amount. Let's take a look on our preview. In this invoice number 4, it's going to show us here is the item that we billed for, the estimate amount, the prior amount, which is the 20% that we billed for, and here's the current amount that we billed for, the 50%, and there's also a 0%. So we don't bill for this item, and we want to show our customer we don't bill for this transaction here. So there's the totals that we built so far, and this is the amount for this invoice. Save and close. All right. Let's create another invoice to complete this job now that we're at the final stage. New transactions, invoice. Click on our customer here. Okay. So now let's say the job is complete and I want to create an invoice for the remaining amount of that estimate. Okay, so QuickBooks gonna pull out for me the estimate amount, the prior amount, and here is the quantity that's remaining. And I'm gonna bill for the totals of 100%, and this is the leftover for that job. Save and close. So now you're gonna see I have an estimate and I have the 3 invoices that covering for that job. Let's take a look at some of our report to see how is that reflect. Go to report, job, time, and mileage, job progress invoice versus estimate. So let's go to our, you see out here there's an estimate for Toby Wing. There's an estimate totals of $22,000. And we already progressed invoice $22,000, so we already 100% bill this client. It goes the same thing when we partially bill this client, then it's going to show progress invoice of a partial amount, and so is the percentage of the progress. That is how you do progress invoice for a client from the estimate. Thank you for watching.